Welcome to the Convention Creators Podcast, the show where we break down the highs, the lows, and everything in between when it comes to conventions and creative business. I am Jay.
And I'm Realise Cosplay.
That's right, PB isn't with us today, but I have my good friend Realise Cosplay joining me, and in today's episode we're diving into the wild world of Reddit as we read and react to some of the craziest, funniest, and most unbelievable cosplay stories from the internet. From costume mishaps to convention chaos, we have it all. So let's get into it. Perfect. Amazing.
Can't wait.
So yeah, we're here. We're doing another episode of the podcast. I can't believe it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you being my co-host for today's episode. I really appreciate it. How are you?
I'm great. I'm good. I'm really excited for this. You have no idea. I've always wanted to do this. This
is something I've been wanting to do for so long. I'm very passionate about the idea of oh my goodness, I read Reddit stories on Reddit, surprisingly, and there's some that I'm like, why have people not covered these? So now is our time. Our time. We can actually discuss these. These are all cosplay themed because you yourself are a cosplayer. How long have you been doing cosplay?
About over 10 years. I've lost count, but I started in 2015-ish. Around about then to today, so probably over 10 years.
That has made me feel so old, realising that 2015 was a decade ago.
I know!
No.
It's not fair.
Oh no.
No, I don't like to think about it, but it's not fair.
That is deeply upsetting. Right, shall we go into our first one? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is from Am I the Arsehole? And this one's titled, Am I the Arsehole for putting my daughter's cosplay dress in the washing machine?
Right.
Okay. I, 53 male, am the father of my daughter, 15 female, who loves dressing up in cosplay and often attends different events. I am not supportive of her hobby, but I don't forbid it. I do not forbid her from doing it.
Okay.
I've always expressed my concerns because I believe cosplaying puts her at risk, especially on the dark web.
Okay. Right, valid. I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah. She also comes home late on event days around 7:30 to 8 p.m, even though we agreed she would be home before sunset. So, for 10-minute grace period, she's being a little bit late getting home.
There's a curfew, yeah.
Yeah. I told her that continuing this hobby exposes her to risks and wastes her pocket money on silly dresses. But she insists she can take care of herself. I've suggested other hobbies like gardening or stamp collecting. Wow. But she isn't interested. She's not interested in these. However, I've never outright banned cosplay or set any strict rules against it. I just try to convince her to be cautious. My country isn't particularly safe, and since she has a mild leg impairment, walking at night can be even riskier for her. Yesterday, she went to a cosplay fair and she came home late again at exactly 7:37 p.m.
Okay.
Which was an hour and a half past the agreed curfew.
Right.
It was pitch black, and she arrived with a boy who seemed to be her age, who appeared to be flirting with her. I asked him who he was, and he said he was just a classmate, which I believed. I told him I was fine with it, but warned him to be careful in these social circles. Interesting threat. After that, my wife, 52, female, and I gave our daughter a lecture. She admitted it was her fault for being late, explaining that she had gone to a restaurant with the boy to talk about schoolwork. I told her I was okay with that, but her safety was my priority. I warned her that if she came home late again, she would lose the privilege of attending cosplay fairs. She seemed disappointed and started crying, but she accepted my decision and promised to be home on time in the future. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Late that night, my wife and I saw her cosplay dresses lying around, and we felt bad for making her cry. We decided to do something nice for her by washing them. I put them in the washing machine, set it to a normal cycle, added extra detergent and perfume, and washed them at 50 degrees to make sure they were as clean as possible. Then I hung them out to dry in the sun.
Okay, cool.
When she came home from school, she was furious. She accused me of ruining her dresses on purpose, either to punish her or because I don't support her hobby. She cried as if all the cosplay dresses in the world had disappeared. Am I the asshole?
I was like, I mean, there are aspects of it that I'm like, oh, yikes. Like when he says, "Oh yeah, your silly costumes."
Silly dresses comment is wild.
Silly dresses comment is so wild. That's like, I don't know. That's like me turning to a man and being like, "Oh, you stupid suit. You know, like why are you wearing that thing?" You know what I mean? Or like,
yeah,
you shouldn't judge somebody's fashion sense or like what they're wearing, because that's obviously how they express themselves. Cosplay is a form of expression. Just like fashion is, and you know, whatever. So the silly dresses comment, no, bang out of order, no, disagree with that. Curfew, he's just being a responsible parent, and he's actually taken the time to put down a boundary and be like, hey, you're 15, you need to be back by this time. And so obviously she's broken it. Was it twice in the story that she broke the curfew? But she's done that. That was obviously her choice. So I don't know. I don't think he's not 100% asshole.
I think he's like,
but
semi-asshole.
Yeah, I get you.
Because you set out curfew, that's absolutely fine. I don't think you're the asshole because you are being unreasonable to her. I think you're the asshole because how could you be that naive to think washing cosplay?
Yeah. I get that.
Usually just chucking it in the washing machine at a high temperature.
You don't do this. This is why I said I bet they get destroyed, because I knew what was coming. Like, the thought was there. Like, oh yeah, let's do something nice. Let's like make sure her cosplays are clean for when she next wears them, because the amount of times I've seen people that don't wash their cosplays is outrageous. But like
call them out.
You gotta, but like the sentiment was there, but like the obviously didn't clearly educate himself enough to even know that.
It is. I don't know. I'm in two minds now, because part of me is like, no, you're not the asshole, because the action that you're accused of being an asshole for was genuinely not malicious.
Yeah.
But then the way it's framed, mate, I think he is the asshole, because okay, he wants to do something good by putting the things in, but the silly, again, the silly dresses comment, and then the other comment is if like, oh, she's acting like there's no other cosplay outfits in the world, makes me realize, oh, he doesn't respect how important it is to her.
We also don't know context that if she made them or bought them, because if
imagine you made
again. I do this all like 8 days a week. I am like constantly slaving away at my sewing machine, either making a cosplay or making something else. Some things that you make are just too delicate. Like, take my Maria cosplay. You saw that at MegaCon. I can't put that in the washing machine, because the sparkly fabric that I use for the bodice is so delicate. Like, you have to either put it in the sink and like hand wash it, or just get a spray bottle and just spray it. Because like I know I don't like doing that, but like you can't put it in the washing machine. And if somebody put that in the washing machine without my knowing, I would be upset.
Yeah.
Because all those hours of work has been destroyed. So it would be great to know that context, to know if she made them or bought them.
I think that would be very useful context, because I mean, if you bought them, it would still be really disrespectful to not.
Yeah, I agree.
Them. If she had like made them, or even if she just customized them further, like you can't. And again, I think the comment of like, oh, it's not like there's never going to be a cosplay outfit in the world again, makes me realize, but like if they had customized it, embellished it at all, like that is a one of a kind at that point.
It is, absolutely,
and you can't replace it. No. You can't just buy another one.
No.
Which really, 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 really sucks.
And cosplay is expensive, like buying it as well. Even if you got it from AliExpress, it's still a lot of money. As a joke one time, I said to my friends, I was like, cosplay? Do you mean cosplay? Because the amount of money that people pour into it.
Yeah.
And the result is great, but like, you got to be careful on how you take care of your stuff.
Yeah.
But
so some people in Reddit replied. One person said they said they are the arsehole. They said, I'm having a hard time believing that you didn't know that the dress wouldn't wash at 50 degrees. Neither did your wife. Apparently, neither of you have ever washed fragile clothes before, and yet you decide to do it in a way that specifically, right in this very moment, was going to end up the way it did. I'm not going to assert that you're lying. This is what they're accusing the original poster. But I'm definitely going to say that I would think exactly like your daughter, that you did this on purpose for punishment. If it's wrong, you need to find a way to prove it and earn her forgiveness for that.
Valid, yeah. Valid. I mean, it baffles me because, like, I don't know. They just didn't educate themselves enough. You know what I mean? Like, they just didn't educate themselves enough to, like that comment said, to just know how to wash fragile clothes. You know, like, not everything is durable. It's the lack of knowledge for me. It's the lack of knowledge for me that, like, I'm sat here thinking, yeah, they are a little bit of an arsehole. I don't think they did it for punishment, though. Not as a punishment, because in the post they did say, like, hey, we felt bad. So they do have some humanity.
I don't know. I am really questioning now if the original poster is lying.
All right. Present your evidence.
I do laundry. I'm not a domestic goddess. I am a domestic failure. But I do laundry. And I understand the concept that there are some clothes I put on low temperatures, because if I put them on high temperatures, like, I've made that mistake once. I once thought I really need to clean something, so I put it on the highest temperature I could, and it came out almost like I just turned the saturation down all the way down, and the color had just gone. It had all shrunk. It was like, and I never make that mistake again. And I can't think of a cosplay outfit that I would think, oh, this will rough it out on a high temperature wash.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter as cosplay. It would just, I can't think of an outfit that you'd be like, imagine if I just looked at your, like, the Maria outfit you wore at the last MegaCon. I thought, yeah, I'll put this in at 60 on a high temp wall and just watch it as it just comes out just, like, shriveled and dead. Like, you just
shriveled and dead.
I'm not convinced. I don't know. What's your Reddit?
I understand what you mean.
They're not the arsehole.
I think they are the arsehole purely because they just didn't educate themselves on, I mean, basic laundry, first of all, but they just didn't, like, educate themselves on cosplay as a whole, especially the dad with that silly dresses comment and being like, oh, you can just get another cosplay, I guess. Like, it's like, no, it's not how it works. I mean, my dad is, like, in his 60s, and even he understands, you know, how delicate a cosplay is. So if this poster, who's like, what, 50? Yeah. If this poster is not understanding that cosplay is delicate and it's an art form and, you know, it should be taken care of, then that just shows the lack of knowledge and the lack of, like, you know, wanting to learn. Because he seems like he doesn't want to learn.
No.
And want to be interested in his daughter's hobby and something that makes her happy and stuff. So to me, that's, like, red flag. Absolute
super red flag.
Super red flag.
So we agree. I think a bit of the other. Shall we move on to our next one?
Yes.
Shall we do another one? Right. Here's one, again, from the Am I the Asshole Reddit thread. Am I the asshole for holding my friend's costume hostage?
Doesn't sound good, but go on.
It's not. Based on that sentence alone, yes. Yes, you are.
Like, I'll hear you out, but get started.
So, for background, I, 22 male, am a cosplayer who specialises in armour and prop design.
Nice.
My friend, who we're going to call Kitty, 20 female, is also a cosplayer, but she focuses more on makeup and other aspects of cosplay.
Cool.
With our local convention coming up, Kitty decided that she wanted to cosplay her favourite anime character for the costume contest. Okay. This character has a lot of cybernetic elements, and since she had never made cosplay armour before, I offered to help.
Mm.
And I admit I was very excited, not just to showcase my skills, but also to spend more time with her.
An alliance, nice.
I should also mention that my love language is gift giving, so I'm always making or buying things for Kitty.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I dedicated a ton of time to making this cosplay, getting most of the base work done within a month, and I sent Kitty progress pictures constantly. She always seemed really excited.
Cool.
But as I got closer to finishing it, she started to seem less enthusiastic. Then, out of nowhere, she texted me asking if I could just send her the pieces so she could finish it herself.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I was confused and asked why.
Yeah, I can
She
understand
said
that.
she was upset that I wasn't letting her contribute to her own costume. I told her it made more sense for me to do it since I had the experience, but she said she didn't care. This was her costume and she wanted to be the one to build and design it. She was losing interest because I had taken all the fun out of it. I tried to explain that I was trying to do something nice for her and that I already had everything needed to finish it, but she got really upset. She sent me a long text saying she never asked me to do this for her. When I offered to help, she assumed that meant I would teach her, not take over. She called me selfish and said I wasn't considering her feelings. That offended me because I had put so much effort into this for her and she didn't seem to appreciate it. I told her that if she was so insistent on making it herself, she was welcome to start over from scratch, and I would just throw everything away. She called me a selfish asshole and stopped talking to me. Now, not only is Kitty still ignoring me, but our mutual friends have started calling me an asshole too. Another friend who was cosplaying with us said I should stop being petty and just give Kitty the parts I already made instead. Am I the asshole?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Out the gate.
No. No.
Why no?
Because first he was doing a kindness, first of all. And like, yeah, there was lack of communication because she obviously assumed like, oh yeah, that means you're gonna teach me. But he obviously was like, no, I want to do something nice for you because you're my friend. And, you know, you do that for friends. You do nice things for friends. And, like, by the sounds of it, he obviously feels very, like, strong towards Kitty. Like, by the sounds of it, like, probably more than friends. We don't know that. But he obviously wanted to make her happy and give her the best cosplay possible, you know, to show off and stuff. So, like, he put his heart and soul into that, and she was enthusiastic in the beginning, but, like, it dwindled, and, like, for her to I mean, it's her choice to turn around and be like, no, just give me the pieces, I want to do it. You know, that's her choice, but for her to call him an asshole and, like, just insult him, like, was not needed, uncalled for, unnecessary. Uncalled for. Like, fair enough that the poster is trying to explain, I'm trying to do a nice thing for you, I thought you knew that, and there was clear lack of communication. But for her to go so far and to be like, I hate you, and, you know, how dare you do this, that's not needed. Bang out of order.
Do we reckon that when she said, I'm losing interest because you've just taken over this project, it feels like, could his response not have been, oh, well, let's do this together. I'm near the end, but I'd be happy to show you. We can finish this out.
That would have been nice.
His response instead was, well, fucking do it yourself then.
It's the heat of the moment, innit? This is the thing. It's heat of the moment. If someone is coming at you being like, you're selfish, how dare you take my stuff? You know, of course, you're going to feel a bit, like, on the defense a little bit. Upon reflection, we can sit here and be like, oh yeah, he should have said this. But it was heat of the moment by the sounds of it for him being like, fuck you do it yourself. And, like, I could get where he's coming from to a degree with him kind of saying that in the moment. But yeah, it would have been nicer. That would have been nicer.
I think it would have been nicer. Do you think he's right to be like, well, you're even though it's almost finished, the con's around the corner, you can make your own one? No. Bearing in mind the whole point, I imagine she reached out to him is because she didn't have the experience to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he should have given her the pieces anyway, because obviously that was her choice and she asked. So, for him to hold it hostage is like very I know the word, but I can't think of it, but like petty isn't the word, but you know what I mean? Like very like
Yeah,
this is my work, I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
keep it, you're not having it, even though I like made it for you. But he should have given her the pieces and be like, okay, then here you go. This is what you wanted.
yeah,
I've done most of the work, you finish it.
yeah,
That's what I would do in that situation if I was a prop maker.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
that I think if I was in that situation, I'd be like, you know what, fine, have it. I'm not going to help you finish it the way you've
Mm.
spoken to me. So you work that out for yourself.
Yeah.
Um, but also we're never working on anything
Together.
together ever
Fair
again.
enough.
That's it.
Exactly.
We're done. We are
That
done.
that would be the
Done.
mature way of doing it. That would be the
Yeah.
mature way of going about it. I agree. But he is not the asshole. Not the asshole.
So
Alright.
interesting.
I will
So
die on
not.
this mountain. He is not the asshole.
So his feelings are valid. He's not the asshole, but maybe should have given the
Should
stuff
have.
anyway.
And
Yeah.
communication, like I said, like there should have been some sort of communication to be like, okay, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to make it for you or teach you?
Yeah.
Because she assumed, which you should never assume, but everybody does. It's just human nature.
Everybody does.
It's
Everybody
human
does.
absolute human nature.
I'll be curious if you'll be surprised what the verdict of Reddit was. The
Is it
verdict was
50-50?
the verdict was he is the asshole.
What? No, I will die for this man. No, tell me why. Tell me why.
Someone wrote, you're absolutely the asshole, and you might have some issues to address with a professional. Here are some facts. If the person you're helping doesn't find what you're doing helpful, you are not helping. If the person you're doing things for doesn't want these things done by you, you're doing the things for yourself. Punishing others for wanting their preferences respected is very selfish. You might be a good person, but I think you're quite awful. There was one comment I read.
I think you're a good person, but you're awful. Nice.
Another person said it's understandable that you wanted to do a lot of the costume for your friend, especially since she didn't communicate.
Thank
She
you.
just wants you to teach her.
Thank you.
They say, and then in brackets, I assume she had asked for some help of sort initially, but it's not stated in the post. However, I believe most cosplayers, likely including yourself, derive a lot of joy and satisfaction of putting together their own cosplay, not simply wearing what's been made for them. Your friend definitely seems to be that sort if she did her own before and wanting to have some input in the creation process. You're the asshole insisting on holding onto the costume pieces or threatening to throw them out. The event's coming up. Probably there's not enough time for her to learn and start from scratch, and can at least use the pieces you've made to incorporate her own finishing touches. You know, like how a collaboration works.
Yeah.
To put down her once on something she's going to be wearing is rather condescending.
I agree with that one. Like, yeah. Threatening to
I
throw
love
it
how
out is a bit,
I love how you're agreeing with everyone, but at the same time, he's not the asshole.
He's not. No, I'll die on the. Like I said, I'll die on this hill. I will die for this man. He's an. There are aspects that he's done that are assholey, but like as a whole, I don't think he's done anything wrong. He just wanted to make her a good cosplay. Like he wanted her to shine. He cared about her enough. Yeah. I mean, I've made stuff for my friends, like cosplays and stuff, like little things. I mean, so I've been there where I've like made the whole thing. And like I literally put my heart and soul into it because I want my friends to look good. Because I care about them. That's literally the same same situation here.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, I'll die for him. I'll die for this man.
I'll die for this man. So I'm gonna side. I know you've from the get-go and you haven't budged.
Like,
your
no.
vote is he is not the asshole. I am going with he is.
Okay, explain.
So I just think he got so focused on I'm going to do this because I'm good at it. I do think he sort of forgot the point was it was for her.
Right, okay. I get that.
And I feel like most of it was showboating to her. Look at this thing I'm making. It was all about, because also remember in the post he mentions more than once that basically this is his love language. He always likes making her gifts, and he likes this girl.
Yeah, like I said, there's obviously more than
There's so much.
there's
more
more than
so
friends
much more.
here. Yeah.
So when he then turns around and is basically, so the whole reason he's doing it is like he's basically trying to impress her and buy her affection. And when she goes, well, you sort of forgotten about me in the process a little bit. He took that as a rejection on him.
Mm.
I think this collaboration in his mind, I feel like, was more about his love or affection for her, and that her rejection of the process, he didn't take it as, oh, she's not happy with the work process, she doesn't like me.
Yeah, now that you put it that way, I get it.
And he's like, well, if you're not going to buy my love language of gifts, then no one can, and you can't have any of it, and I hope you have a terrible time.
But this is the thing, like, the way people react, you can control how you react to something. The way he reacted was wrong. Yeah. Yes, I will die on this hill, but maybe not all the way. But, like, the way he reacted was wrong. But the sentiment is not. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
I get you.
Sort of thing. Sort of thing. But no, we'll die for this man. It's fine. I hope he's doing well. I hope he's not with her.
So, unfortunately, the user was deleted. So we'll never know what happened to them. So sad.
We'll never know.
We've got a few more to go through, but why don't we take a quick advert break and we'll be right back to discuss some more Reddit. Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Shirts are the main focus of my table, and I have struggled with finding the right way to display them. For the longest time, I have been using just regular hangers. I wanted to find something that is a little bit better to display the shirts, to make the creases of the hanging shirt less evident, to be able to put the sleeves backwards so it saves up on space. And I came across this lovely product over here called the Shirt Hero. Now, the purpose of the Shirt Hero is to mount sports shirts onto walls. The way that it works is that you slide this in to the neck part of the shirt, hold it in, and then clip that part to the back, and it gets stuck to a wall, which is done through adhesive like this. However, I thought, what if instead we put a Velcro strap to the back of this, put our t-shirt front side up instead of a back side, like a sports shirt, and just hook it to the Velcro that we are given on the back walls at cons. And I am very satisfied with the product. Not only were they much easier to place on the wall, it is just slap it on, remove it, put it back on. If it doesn't fit exactly where you want it, you can just slide it and arrange it like this so it aligns properly. Honestly, genuinely brilliant. I was able to get in touch with Mike, who runs Shirt Displays UK. Lovely fellow, wanted to work with us on this. I bought 30 of them and they all came in immaculate condition, and overall it's a product I'm very, very happy with. A lot of people at MegaCon Birmingham asked me about the layout of the shirts and how neat it's looking, and this is the secret, the Shirt Hero.
And we're back, and we are here we've got some more Reddit stories. It's been quite rollercoaster already. I think, generally some sort of arseholist behaviour. The last one was very much up for debate.
The last one was quite heated, yeah.
Got another one. This one is, am I the arsehole for not giving my cousin the wedding dress that I turned into a cosplay?
Okay. There's a lot of hostage here. Just saying.
There is so much.
There's a lot of hostages here.
Look, I'm not in the cosplay world, but what I'm taking away is that you lot like to just keep things from each other.
No, I've never done such a thing. If anything, I'm donating. I'm constantly donating. Like Tom had my Amy dress. Fucking.
Yes, we will. Off record, me and you are gonna have words about you lending that dress.
God, okay.
The terror you unleashed into the world.
Continue.
Right. I, 27 female, am an avid cosplayer, and my girlfriend, 28 female, and I love making costumes and going to conventions together. A few months ago, we went thrift shopping with my cousin, who isn't a cosplayer, but just enjoys bargain hunting. Okay?
Nice.
In one shop, we spotted an old wedding dress in the window, stained and slightly ripped, but in a decent condition. My girlfriend and I joked that my cousin should buy it for her upcoming wedding, but she completely dismissed it, saying she wanted a brand new dress and wouldn't be caught dead in something old-fashioned. We moved on, but my girlfriend pointed out that with some alterations, this could be the perfect dupe for Sarah's ball gown from Labyrinth, our favourite movie. We agreed to make it our next big matching cosplay, with me as Sarah and her as Jareth for the 2025 convention season. I bought the dress, and my cousin didn't express any interest beyond making a few jokes about it. Okay.
Just to clarify, is the cousin the one with the wedding?
Yes.
Right, okay, go on.
Yeah, okay. Fast forward to now. After months of work, my dress is finished, and I posted progress pictures online. Suddenly, my cousin reached out, saying she still hadn't found a wedding dress she liked, and that I had done an amazing job with this one. She offered to pay me what I originally spent, £150, plus an extra £100 for my time.
Okay, fair.
I laughed thinking she was joking. She was serious. I told her that was not going to be happening. And she got really upset. My girlfriend stepped in, reminding her that she had a chance to buy it, and that it's a cosplay now, not a wedding dress. Since then, my family has been bombarding us with messages, some pleading, some berating, saying I should let my cousin have this dress, or even just gift it to her.
Nope.
They've also claimed that buying a wedding dress for cosplay is wrong, because it should have gone to a bride in need.
What?
What? I'm feeling really stressed, but my girlfriend has been handling the calls and standing up for me. I don't think I've done anything wrong. I saved a damaged dress, repurposed it beautifully, and my cousin had zero interest in it when she had the chance. Am I the asshole for not giving it to her now?
No.
No.
No, 100% no.
No. Like,
no. The cousin is the asshole. The cousin is the asshole.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like the family to an extent, because they are not recognizing the time and work that she has put into this wedding dress. And and the girlfriend said as well, like the cousin had her chance, and she said no, just because it's all done up and pretty now. Like she suddenly wants it.
Like, I don't know if you, for those watching, I'll try and remember to put a picture up on screen. If I haven't, deal with it, Google it. But the ball gown from Labyrinth that the character Sarah wears is very pretty. It's a very pretty dress. Like, you could wear it. You could, in theory, wear it as a wedding dress. Which makes sense why a wedding dress was used as a base for it, really. But the idea that, oh, now that you've made it pretty, I want it.
Yeah. The idea that it's like, oh, it's mine now. Now that you've made it pretty, it's mine. Like, no. That's not, no. She had her chance.
And that's the key thing for me. And I think this is a thing a lot of people don't understand. It's something I really admire, because I don't have this skill myself, that I do see in a lot of cosplayers. Is I see a lot of cosplayers will see something and they will see the potential in an outfit. They will see, they'll see that and go, oh, if I do this, that, and that, this could become whatever.
That's
I look
so
at
true.
an outfit and it just is what it is. Whatever's directly in front of me. Yeah.
So true, because I do exactly the same. I also can look at a picture of a fictional character and my brain will go, I know how to make that.
Yeah.
Like just by looking at them.
Yeah. I would love that skill. I would adore that skill. But this cousin is like me, does not have that innate talent, and unfortunately it sucks for us, but like you can't turn around and be like, oh well, now I want it, how dare you not let me have it.
Yes, that's
I
again
think what also bothers me a lot in that story is the family member who basically implied that, oh, you've done something wrong because you've used a wedding dress for cosplay and it should be for a bride. I saw your reaction when I said that.
I was livid.
Something triggered in your
Proper
mind.
triggered. Proper like, excuse me, sir, ma'am. What do you mean, bride in need? You mean cosplayer in need? Oh my god, the audacity! I'm sorry, the audacity.
Again, this is the second time it's happened in this episode now, where we've talked about a Reddit story where the person who doesn't do cosplay really devalues its importance.
They don't they don't get it.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, you shouldn't be wasting it on cosplay, but they've made it 100 times better for cosplay.
What I say to that when someone's like, don't waste it on cosplay or don't waste money on cosplay, what I say to that is like, what, would you rather me do drugs? Would you rather me do alcohol? You know what I mean? There are worse ways. If you want to look it that way, there are worse ways to be spending your money. There are options, but like, you're using your money in a creative sense and for good, because like cosplay opens up doors for things as well. So, you know, that some good can come out of it.
Yeah.
And fulfillment and, you know, all that positive stuff. So would their family rather this, like the poster, be spending her money on the pub or something else that is not giving her happiness? I think that's the thing that these families don't think about. They just see the core thing and they're like, oh, you're not giving her this dress. How bad of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so closed-minded. That's the word. It's so closed-minded.
So some more the original poster did add some more context as well for us.
Oh my god, all right. Follow up.
So someone in the thread asked the question, basically they said that she's not the arsehole. But they also said, I'd be questioning the story your cousin has told the family. Like, has she told them that she wanted the dress and you bought it out from under her? And the original poster replied, saying, none of them have tried to scold me for buying it from under her. Which, with how they're bitching about everything else, they likely would have heaped on that if that had been the case. So I think, at least, not the spin she's put on it, though you're right, I should find out exactly what she told them. So then another person replied, so exactly what are they bitching about? What's left is she made something with a lot of work. I decided I want it, but she's not giving it to me. Like, and I agree. Like, why? Yeah. I don't understand what the family are upset about. So, original poster replied saying, my family looked down on my cosplay hobby as a waste of time and money. So clearly my cousin's wedding should take priority. I had to hide that I liked cosplay until I moved out because I'd get shit from them about spending money on it growing up. They also feel it's disrespectful and horrible to turn a wedding dress into a costume. No. Then there is the fact my cousin is upset and can't find a dress she likes, while she fell in love with the finished look of my dress. And then someone replies to that saying, yes, your cousin fell in love with your dress that you had wasted time creating from a damaged wedding dress from a charity shop. She turned her nose up when she had the opportunity to buy, so she can get over it. And I 100% agree.
I agree.
It does make sense with that context of like, oh, this family just think it's like, why do people not like cosplay?
Poor baby.
It is, I don't understand why anyone would find it a waste of time or silly. Oh, you crazy fool. Costume making? What? Why is that?
Agreed.
That's a skill.
Yeah, it's a skill.
People get hired to do that.
Again, you could be spending money on like bad things. That is not that. And like, I've heard throughout my years of being a cosplayer, I have met people who have been in this situation, and I feel for them because, like, again, my dad is very supportive of me being a cosplayer, and like, hell, he helped me make my Amy hammer back in 2020 lockdown. Like, you know, he helped me. I came to him and I was like, I want to make this hammer. And my dad was like, all right, I've got some fiberglass, let's do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how a parent should be. A parent should want to encourage and like support them. Like, why? I don't understand why parents wouldn't want to see their kids thrive and be good people, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it may be a phase, but people do go through phases and become the people that they are in the future.
It's all character building.
Yeah,
And
exactly, yeah.
I think if anyone picks up a hobby that they're so interested in, but it's a hobby that teaches them really cool skills, like our mutual friend Tom, like the way he has learned about costume making and like taking like the Dr. Robotnik like movie of that outfit you can buy, and I've seen so many people buy online, but the way he has moved so far beyond that, like it is so customized to this point.
Yeah.
And like he's thought of ways like, this is how it looks in the third movie. If I tear it here, if I stitch this here, if I take this on and replace it with this, and if I buy this fabric, like that's a skill set. That's an amazing skill set. When he does Gerald Robotnik now, he's teaching himself how to do aged up makeup to make himself look older. Like, I don't understand how anyone could be upset by that, and I think that's a waste of time. Like,
I don't understand.
I sit at home and play video games all day. Like,
I mean, same, but yeah.
like, I love it, and I have no regrets, but at the same time, I can't take that out into the world and do anything with it. So it's just kind of, I don't know. It just really bothers me, this attitude towards cosplay about being a waste of time. And like, again, I would be so, you know what I would do? Actually, you know what I would do if I was that cousin? Because I think one commenter posted, this was posted 6 months ago.
Right.
And her wedding is in August of this year. So at the time
so it's soon. It's not.
So it's soon now. But
you
got to think, if that was back in 6 months ago. So there's like a reason, like a good, because where are we in the year now? March, April, May, June. So that's actually quite almost a year. Almost a year. So if I was the cousin, I would be like, what I think the cousin should do is look and go, wow, that's amazing. I will pay you to do my wedding dress.
There we go. That's how it should have gone.
Not take the one you've got.
Yeah.
But I now foolishly, because I am a twat, I am now I am only finally seeing this time you wasted is actually huge talent and skill. Can I please pay you to updo another dress?
There we go. That's how it should have gone.
Why don't we go have a family bonding time, go out thrift shopping again? Who knows what we'll find? I trust you now that you will see inspiration and make something beautiful because I've seen you do it. Not can I have the dress you made for yourself?
Yeah. The dress that I had the chance to get but said no.
Yeah. And again, it's because the cousin saw that slightly stained, but functional, but slightly stained, and she did not see any potential in it because she's like me, and we don't see potential in clothes. We just can't think forward like that. But and she needs to just fucking get over it. And like, really, literally just get over it. It bothers me how much the family have sided with the cousin. They're all assholes.
Absolutely, it's just such a toxic household, and it's sad to see that like a cosplayer, with that talent and with like ambition being in an environment like that. It's really sad, and I do feel for them. Yeah.
I genuinely think that I'm so grateful that she has a wonderful girlfriend who is standing up for her, looking out for her,
the girlfriend.
Because I get it when you're just like, I can't deal with this myself. So good. A very small round of applause for the girlfriend, because thank you for being there for her and standing up for her. So I think we're all unanimous that yes, she is not the asshole, but her cousin most certainly is. Absolutely is. We've got one more. This is going to be an interesting one.
Cool. All right.
I'm curious where we go with this one. Right. Deep breath.
Oh, is it that bad?
I know this ahead of time. I fully know where my opinion lays on this.
Okay, right.
Am I the asshole for feeling uncomfortable with my girlfriend's cosplay? Now, before we get into it, for any men out there, for any man who has a girlfriend who does cosplay, And it just asked that flat question. Yes, you are. Just as just a heads up, just like your girlfriend has a right to dress and do whatever she wants, and you will respect that and encourage her. Any shaming, I don't vibe with that. Anyway, let's read this one. I am 25 male, and my girlfriend, 24 female, had a double mastectomy 5 years ago due to breast cancer.
Okay.
Thankfully, she's made a full recovery.
Yippee!
However, as for context, unlike many women, she chose not to have reconstructive surgery. Okay? And this all happened before I met her.
Right.
I am a massive anime nerd, and last weekend I invited her to a small anime convention with me. While she's not really into anime, though she has seen a few episodes of my favourite show, she does actually enjoy cosplay. She also works seasonally as an SFX artist at a haunted house near us.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very cool, isn't
That's sick.
When I asked her to come to the con, she got really excited and asked if she could cosplay. And I was like, sure. She seemed really enthusiastic and told me I was going to love her costume. I'll admit, I thought she might be planning something sexy.
No! 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 Oh no, the seed has been planted.
Well, ... Not exactly. The day of the convention, she showed up at my house cosplaying as, and I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, Dabby from My House Academia?
Darby.
I don't get that. The day of the convention, she showed up at my house cosplaying Darby from My Hero Academia. Specifically, a look he has later in the manga.
Okay.
She wore a long white coat over white pants, but no shirt. Her entire chest was exposed, and she had clearly spent hours applying burn makeup across her chest. She has short hair that she does dye constantly, and this time she'd bleached it white with red streaks.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting her to show up without a shirt.
I'm stressed.
Her burnt scar makeup only covered half of her chest, so her mastectomy scars were also clearly visible. It wasn't particularly an attractive costume, especially since she had gone all out with the scars, making them look raised and very realistic. At the con, a lot of people came up to take photos with her, but I also noticed several others staring at her chest. That evening, she said I had been quiet all day, and I honestly told her that I felt a little embarrassed that she was flaunting her mastectomy scars like that. She got mad and said she was making the best of her situation, and that I was being very insensitive.
Valid.
She's been distant ever since. I think I'm now starting to feel guilty. Am I the asshole?
Yes. Yes. I need, those, when like a jury has a hammer, like I need one of those. I need one of those to bash on my table and be like, yes, guilty. Guilty.
So many.
She made the best of a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. Her body, her choice.
It is wild to me. Oh, there's so many parts of this story that trigger me. So I think literally from the get-go, the fact that he goes, I was expecting her to make something sexy. That's gross. That's so gross. Like,
it's like you're one of those men. Like, oh God.
Like, I don't know. I guess maybe I understand that in your head you're like, oh, I would love my girlfriend to wear something sexy, I guess. But like, also, I don't think that's a thought you should necessarily articulate out into the world, because it's really dismiss it. The fact that for everything she's been through, and the fact that she chose, no, I'm not going to have reconstructive surgery. The fact that she saw that and somehow turned it into an epic cosplay opportunity is so cool and so to be applauded. And she thought, no, I can do this. And one, I think it shows cosplayers and their creative minds and how they can look at anything and go, there's potential in this situation. That's an extreme version of the wedding dress. Like she said, like, oh, this is how my chest is. I could do this. It would look really cool.
Yeah.
But then also the fact that it shows that she has clearly moved through so much and is actually willing to walk out into the world and show that. Because I imagine that I obviously can't assume, but if it were me, there would be a long period where I would never feel comfortable because there'd be too much trauma there. There'd be too much baggage and stuff. And I would my situation, there'd be a lot of work to move through that where I would be even comfortable showing that to other people. He didn't like the fact that there were people looking at her chest.
Red flag. Red flag.
So, red flags, 2 reasons. One, that's like, don't be weird about it. But 2, if it is uncomfortable, that is on the people looking, not on your girlfriend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, why is she to fault?
Yeah.
Like, crazy to me. And just so many aspects of it, just like, and clearly, and the fact that she said, oh, you've been really quiet, so which means that whole day he was basically,
he gave her the silent treatment because he was salty, that's why.
And again, I think if you're going, again, we don't know the full history of this person or the couple, but let's assume, because we'll go based on what we've been told, that this is her first time doing a cosplay where she's exposed and shown her mastectomy scars. As a boyfriend, you should be 100% just there for her the whole time and supportive and encouraging, like, wow, this is so cool, look how awesome.
And it's like, the amount of growth, like you said, the amount of growth she had to go through to be like, look, I've got these real life scars. You know, it's like, that's a lot of growth. A lot. And like, that's like the peak of the result of that. And, you know, you should be, the boyfriend should be supportive. Like, look how far you've come. And stuff like that. Not, oh, she's not sexy enough. Like, oh God, I'm so embarrassed to be around her. Like, that's just ew. It
is, it's made you. It's just
like he planted the seed in his mind in the first place when he said, oh yeah, I hope she turns up as something sexy. That's no, cosplay's not consent. I'm sorry, like, that's number one rule. Number one rule.
Cosplay is not consent. The other rule is, I think it says it all, because when he said, I was hoping she'd do something sexy, what that basically translates to is, I wanted her to look sexy for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. That screams that. Exactly that.
That is,
and it just
100%. I want her to present herself in a certain way for me.
So that nobody looks at her and only I look at her, and
just absolute insanity. Some people in the thread, can you guess what the Reddit thread verdict was on him? Do you think they thought he was the asshole?
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, good.
And this one got escalated so much that it got reposted into what I would call the level above Reddit thread, which is, am I the devil?
Oh my God.
That's how much people were against this bloke. One person commented, you are the arsehole. Jesus, she went through cancer and a double mastectomy, and you're crying about being embarrassed? Please break up with her so she can find someone that's not an arsehole. Also, bearing in mind, and I hadn't thought about this, based on the ages they gave at the beginning of the post and saying how long ago it was, she went through all of that when she was 19.
Oh yeah.
So so someone commented, not only did she go through all that, but she did it at 19. She barely got to come into her, and I'm quotating because they're woman's body before it was traumatically ripped from her. She's empowering herself and embracing her history just for this arsehole to reinforce her fear that without breasts, she's not beautiful.
Yeah, I can't add to that. That's
absolute tea. It's the
absolute tea.
Someone says the other people were staring and remark. Of course they were. It's natural for humans to look at something new and different. It is terribly rude, but let's be honest, we all do it. And if her makeup job was that good, half of them were probably trying to figure out how she made it look that realistic.
Yeah.
This dude is the asshole for sure, and used the whole gallon of audacity when he made this post.
Whole gallon. Fuel tank.
It is. Someone said, at a con, cosplayers specifically want to be seen, noticed, photographed. I would disagree with that, but I'll
Disagree,
continue.
but yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Usually the person staring thinks the cosplay is awesome and they want a picture but are shy to approach. And although cosplays might be sexy sometimes, if she's doing it for the original poster, it would have been a private performance, which she obviously does not deserve. That comment's weird. I don't like that comment. That's
It's a bit odd, isn't it?
Someone commented, this is why women have such a hard time being cosplayers. Guys are always assuming they're doing it to be sexy for them. Your girlfriend did something scary and brave for herself. Your reaction is disgusting. Yeah.
Absolutely. And if he wanted that, if he wanted her to be sexy for him, then communicate that. And maybe they can do something in private. It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, I want you to do something for me, please, girlfriend. Like, oh my god, assuming, assuming, and oh my god, this man, I want to kill him.
This person commented as a reply, which got 15,000 upvotes. This reply, so quite a lot of people agreed. He said, "You're the asshole, and you know what? I'm going to bullet point this for you. So here is a list of all the things that make you the asshole. All right." Number 1, expecting your girlfriend to cover her scars. Number 2, expecting your girlfriend to dress as a woman. Number 3, expecting your girlfriend to be doing a hobby that she enjoys for your sexual gratification. Number 4, expecting your girlfriend to be sad and mopey about her situation and not make the best of something. And 5, probably based on how you've spoken, expecting your girlfriend to be traditionally feminine in a way that caters to your sexual interests.
Yes. Again, nothing to add. Yes. Absolute yes.
Yes.
Absolute yes. I hope they broke up. They better not be together. Like, I hope they broke up.
I would be absolutely distraught if there was ever like, oh, and then we stayed together for another.
And then we got married. Like, no.
No. Can you imagine?
Oh, I will personally kill this man. I'll go Chucky on them. Like, I'll personally kill this man. Well, I just can't believe the audacity. No words. I just can't stand men like that.
This one's an interesting one to me, purely because all the other stories we've heard where people have been really... Actually, 2 of the stories we heard about people disrespecting the concept of cosplay are from non-cosplayers. But he is into cosplay. He is into this stuff himself.
Yeah.
And that is a good example of when cosplayers want to gatekeep what cosplay should be. And the fact that, does he feel about this way to all female cosplayers? Is it just because it's his girlfriend and he has put an expectation of what her role as girlfriend is? Bothers me a lot. He can get in the bin. He can absolutely get in the bin. I think disrespectful and
absolutely
upsetting.
Absolutely.
So good, sir. I think if I was a judge and I was
wigging everything,
wigging everything, and just with my gavel and just like, I think I would have to sentence him. I'm trying to think what my punishment for him would be. There would be a just punishment for the way he's made her feel.
Okay, you say your punishment first, and I'll say mine.
No, you say yours because you just.
I was going to say the death sentence on death row.
We could do something. We could just burn him. I mean, that is an option. That is
burn him at the stake, like a witch.
Or maybe we could. I'm trying to think if there's, because my first thought was, could I put him in the reverse shoes? But he doesn't deserve that.
No, he doesn't. He wouldn't get it. He wouldn't get it. He
wouldn't get it.
He's too brain dead to know both sides of the story. He's so like tunnel vision to be like, oh yeah, sexy cosplay, give that to me. Like, I don't think he'd get it.
You know what? Because he sounds like the sort of person who would not respond well to this, even though he should, because he shouldn't be such a baby. But I think he should be made to cosplay as whatever he envisioned she should be cosplaying as.
Ooh, interesting take.
So he can dress up as the sexy female, and then have everyone stare at him, and then he can moan about that. Because clearly, if he was confident in not only himself and his girlfriend, that wouldn't be an issue. But he sounds like a very insecure human being.
Yeah,
so I don't think he would enjoy that very
immature,
much.
yeah. I get that.
Yes. So
And he's
I
what,
think
25? What was the age again?
you're 25 male, yeah.
Bruh, full grown man.
Yeah, like
Full grown.
you are a grown adult who can pay taxes. So
If this was like teenager, like 17, 18, I could kind of get it.
yeah.
Like, it's not great. I'm not like justifying it based on age, but you know, the mentality of a teenager, okay. But a grown-ass man looking at his girlfriend and going, "Oh, you didn't dress sexy for me, you know, how dare you?" It's disgusting.
It is. It's
minging. Minging.
Minging.
Minging. Right. I can't believe people like that exist. And like, it happens a lot in the cosplay community. I've seen it so many times. Like,
I find cosplay couples really interesting to observe because there's two forms I've seen. The most common one I've seen in person is there is the person who cosplays and the person who doesn't, and usually the role of the person who doesn't is I am bag handler. I'm carrying all the stuff because they're usually a cosplay that has no pockets. I am bag handler and I'm going to enjoy my role because my partner is having the best time in their best, and obviously I support that. Amazing.
And they are just happy to be there in their presence.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Exactly. Yes. And then I've seen the couple cosplays, and I think they're cute as well. I can't remember their names. At MegaCon, there was, I don't know if they were a couple or just friends, but there was a duo cosplay, and it was of I've forgotten the characters' names as well. The two, Tom and his wife from this movie.
No, you've lost me.
Donut Lord and the yoga one.
Oh, yes. Yes.
They were doing them in their Hawaiian outfit.
Oh, that was Scribbles and Z. They're my friends.
There we go.
Yeah, Z's Destiny and Scribble.
So I saw one of them. They came past our table, and they were so looking at them on their own. It didn't click to me. It's like, that's a very colourful outfit to just wear to a con. Like just carry just a Hawaiian t-shirt. Fair enough. It was only when I saw them together. It's like, oh.
Yeah, like Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, suddenly it made sense. I was like, oh, okay. So I do like when I see people doing cosplay acts together. I'm glad. I hope that person is living a terrible life. I hope they're single. I hope they don't find love. They don't deserve it.
Death
they
sentence.
Really didn't deserve it.
I just realised I'm saying death sentence and my headphones are devil ears. I just noticed the connection there. I'm like, death sentence.
Death sentence by the devil themselves.
I love that.
So, we've done quite a few Reddit stories today. I think my main takeaway is people don't value cosplay enough.
100%, yeah. They don't see the potential.
And some men are still very gross.
Some men need to change their mindset.
Yes.
Yeah, and need to educate themselves a little bit more.
Yes, especially when it's your partner. That's going to trigger me for the rest of the day, I think.
You're going to think about it all day.
Randomly doing dishes. I'm going to be randomly doing dishes and just scrubbing the dishes and then think, that man, I hate that man. Yeah, just like
scrubbing intensifies.
This is your face. Treat her like that.
Your face. I should get my boots and like write something on the sole saying your face here, and then like pretend it's the man.
Have you learned anything today from a wild trip through Reddit?
I have learned that some families don't support cosplay as much as I thought they did. Again, like I said, my dad has supported me from day one, so I've been in a position of I don't want to say privilege, but like positivity, where I've not been judged for it. So I'm very lucky and extremely grateful for that. But a lot of families just need to open their eyes a bit more. I also think it's due to a generational thing as well, to a degree.
Yeah.
So especially the story with the wedding dress, I hope she's doing well. I hope, yeah.
You know what? the way I think I know why she's doing well and she's doing okay is because she has an awesome girlfriend and not some weird
Exactly. The win for the girlfriend. Win for the girlfriend. She saved the day in that one.
That's the lesson we've taken today. Is if you're into cosplay, don't bother having a waste of time boyfriend. Get a supportive girlfriend. That's the solution.
Be gay.
Be gay.
Be gay.
If you're a female cosplayer, be gay. That is the solution.
Men ain't shit.
Men aren't shit. Men don't deserve shit.
I'm just
have a girlfriend who will ring and take every phone call from your family.
She was
you.
She was like the secretary for her girlfriend.
Right. Crazy. It has been such a joy to have you with me today. Thank you for stepping into PB's boots for today's episode.
You're welcome.
If people want to find you online, see the crazy antics you get up to and your wonderful world of cosplay that you do, where can they find you? Where should they look?
Mainly Instagram. I have 2 accounts actually. So there's obviously Realise Cosplay. And there's Chaos Swish Roll, which is where my Sonic collection lives. The 2 accounts kind of merged together. So either Realise Cosplay or Chaos Swish Roll on Instagram is where you'll find me.
Do choose that. If you want to, guys listening, if you enjoyed this and want to find out more, there's many ways you can do it. You can go to theconcreatives.com where you can find all our different social platforms. We are on Instagram, we are on TikTok, we are on Blue Sky, we are on the app formerly known as Twitter, we are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're everywhere at The Con Creatives. If you are watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe, press the bell. I don't know what that does, but everyone tells you to do it. Press the bell. And then if you're watching on Spotify, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you can rate us 5 stars. It costs you nothing, but it really helps. So please do it. It helps so much. And it makes Apple and Spotify pay attention to us. So every review really helps. Also, if you love the podcast so much and want to wear maybe a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, maybe a little keyring of the logo, we have a shop that is also available on our website, theconcreatives.com. So do check it out. Until next time, again, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome.
For you guys watching, we will see you again next week. Bye.
Bye.
The Convention Creatives podcast was hosted today by Jay Eggman and Realise Cosplay. Art and design is created by Jill Bone. Editing and video production is by Jay Eggman. Find out more at www.theconcreatives.com.
I'm so angry about that man. But...
You're triggered. You're like, shit, that man.